Hi guys, and welcome to yet another video. My name is Angie. I'm really glad you're here. Today I'm going to be talking about how to choose your referees. So the people who are at the end of your CV, who you talk to, you say, contact these people if you want to find out about my character, my work ethic, previous experience, whether or not I can do this job, whether or not I'm qualified. Those people, the people, whether you put in your CV or you talk about it verbally, like who can we call to find out about whether you're good or not at what you're saying. Those referees, how do you pick your referees? Who should be on the list, who shouldn't be on the list? Let's talk about that. Point number one about your referees, they should be people who have seen you work. So they've worked with you, they've interacted with you in a workspace. So it's not just your friend, somebody that you grew up with, somebody who is in the family, who lives with you, who will just say things, but their comments, even no matter how positive they are, will not be weighty. That should not be the case. Choose people who can vouch for your character, your work ethic, and or integrity. So it has to be somebody who has worked with you or somebody who can vouch for your character. So whether it could be a religious leader like a pastor or a imam, or somebody who has seen you, who has that moral authority to say something about you. Sounds like something's broken in the house. Point number two, you want this referee to preferably be a supervisor, not somebody who's in the same level as you, because they could just be seeing things from your own perspective, but somebody who has worked directly with you, directly supervised you. So you don't want to just get the CEO of the organization if they don't know you personally, if they will not be able to give a testimony about you that is personal. You don't want somebody just say, yeah, she was just good, but like, yeah, what practically? If somebody has supervised you, somebody at least is close enough to have seen your work from an aerial view, they'll be able to talk about your strengths, how you work with other people, etc. Number three, you don't pick referees who you haven't spoken to in 10 years. Okay, I tell people like every 5 years it's important to relook, or even 5 years is even long, but this is just like a base. Look at the people who are in your referee list. Are they people that you worked with 2 decades ago? Because that's not useful, because first they have to try and remember, who is this person, when did I work with them? Yeah, it was long ago, but they can't remember the details of how your work ethic was and what you did with them. So that could be a problem. What you want to do is get people who speak really, really highly of you, but can remember you and have had positive interactions with you. But if you have a bad relationship with a person, just because you're a supervisor, don't put them in your referee list, because they might just give the bare minimum in terms of vouching for you, or give the bare minimum in terms of saying what you can do. Okay, so don't put people who are your supervisors but you didn't get along with. No, don't do that. Or don't just put HR even if your HR did not get along with you, because anyone can contact your HR at any point in time. Thank you. Who is that? Hi, Nashe. Nashe, what has happened? What has dropped outside?
John fell down.
John fell? Doing what?
Fell down ground.
On the ground. Is she crying?
No.
She's okay? Okay.
Just laughing.
She started laughing. Now we know what was going on outside. Okay, please close the door, Mama. Please close the door. Close the door. You want to go to food? Okay. Coming back, guys. Sorry, we're rudely interrupted just because my sister failed there. We don't know what she's doing. Okay, guys, so the other thing is that you want to pick referees who are able to articulate. There's some people who know you very well, but they can't really articulate. They'll just do the bare minimum. Have you ever had somebody talking about somebody else like with passion? You're like, hey, I want to meet that person. Hey, I want to hire that person. Hey, I wish I could know that person. You want somebody who can vouch for you in that same way. The other thing is you want to avoid having your family members or relatives as part of your referees, just because sometimes they're not really weighed as or perceived as being as weighty a referee as the other people, just because they're family, so they could be biased. However, if you must put your family member, one, maybe because you worked for them or worked with them, maybe it was in a family business or some other different professional setting, or two, they're just really, really good at vouching for you, then it would be good if you put a different surname. Let me just tell you that. So say for example, your surname is Obwaka, then I would not put Joanne Obwaka as my sister's surname, because thank God she got married to Joanne Mooney. I'd put Joanne Mooney because yeah, I just don't want people to be biased against me or against that particular referee because of that. I'm not sure I really have to say this, but please don't supply lies about referees. So like, don't put incorrect or referees or wrong details about a referee. So don't fake the referee person that you have on there. Like, just don't make up stuff for people who either don't exist or hold those particular positions, or two, don't give the wrong contact information for referees. And remember, referees in your CV should not be more than 4 of them. Ideally there should be 3. If you're higher up in your career, then you can put referees available on request. But if you're low in career, so if you've worked for maybe 10 or fewer years, then please just include your referees there, unless you're working in a very unless you're thank you, mama. Unless you're in a very technical field, or you work in high level or high specialized work, so like work that you can't disclose the details of people because the referees are very high up in terms of seniority, and it would be careless for you to just put out people's details. Yeah. Another point is, guys, please, if somebody is really high in an organization, like the CEO or somebody, you can leave out certain personal contact information, like their phone number. You can put an email address, because from that people can get, oh mama, you're so cute, people can get access to the referee through that, and they can get their phone number afterwards. But don't go around just, like, sometimes I've looked at CVs where somebody has put the details of a chief justice or a not chief justice, I don't have Maraga's number, or details of like a high court judge, or somebody who's a CEO of a very technical company. Like, don't put their phone numbers out there. One last thing is that you need to prepare your referee. So please inform your referee about the opportunities that you have applied for. I mean, you don't have to tell them that you applied for 20 jobs and therefore you'll get 20 referrals, because usually they'll talk to the referees at the point when they have already interviewed you or they're thinking about you. But just let your referee know that you've included them as a referee. And before this, guys, please inform your referees that you're putting them, or ask them if they're okay with being a referee in your CV and in your job application. Tell them what kind of job you're applying for, and are they okay with you using their details as a referee. Also, keep referee details up to date, guys. Don't put somebody's details for when they worked at Nation Media House and now they are working for CNN. I mean, like 30 years later. Keep up to date with them. Preferably give contact information for their personal email address, especially if they are likely to move. So you can give the work email and the private email, preferably the private email, because the person might move and you might not be aware, and then your potential employer is not able to reach. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope those tools were useful and will help you in your job search and picking referees for your next application. Thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell if you would like to stay informed. And me and Nasha would like to say bye.
Bye.
Mwah.